This is my informed critique on the 2009 animated Wonder Woman film that we watched. First off, I was kind of taken aback and surprised by it because I initially thought for some reason that it was a kids movie, even though I know that animated films aren't necessarily usually specifically for kids. And there are a lot out there that really aren't for kids. Maybe because I just kind of connected, like, especially after doing the reading with Wonder Woman in the comics, and like, like typically a younger audience would be gravitated towards them. Um, so I don't know, maybe that's why I thought it was for children, but this movie was not for children. Um, Especially with the sexual innuendos and I guess violent aspect, even though it's animated and but I guess still violence. Um, but um, it was still a good film. There was actually a bunch of parts and scenes that I found funny. Um, and also kind of like, I don't know how to describe it, but I was kind of surprised by the things I saw, or like, I guess the topics that kind of surfaced up for debate within the movie for a film made in 2009. Um, which, I mean, like the whole woman versus man, and you know, vice versa, and the whole like misogyny aspect and stuff, and kind of like some of the things that I think Steve Trevor, I think that's his name, the guy that Wonder Woman saved from, when his plane crashed onto their island. He at first you see him as this kind of like misogynistic, evil kind of like man, because like he's in the military and all he stands, like usually military is associated with war and stuff, and like everything that Wonder Woman is against is war, and all she wants is peace, and like all her history and all her life she knows that men are terrible, and you know Ares escapes and stuff, and that's bad. Um, so therefore all men must be bad. But there was they kind of did two sides to it. They mentioned they kind of tackled the, oh, females are, the damsel in distress, or they're weak or not confident, whereas Wonder Woman's, showcasing that that's not true. Women can be powerful and um, strong yet vulnerable at times and stuff, and Steve Tyler, yeah, at first, like I said, like, oh, he was seen as this gross kind of misogynistic dude, um but he actually does recognize that, like, he like he too can um not, like, he knows that what that is wrong, but like that's not even in his interest, and that it's rooted in his own um, uh, lack of confidence, or um, his own self reassurance, something like that. Anyway, I'm getting kind of close over time. But basically, there's a lot of things I noticed throughout the film. I mean, overall, it was a great film. It was enjoyable. There was some funny parts. I don't know if I already said that. Um, but there was, again, a lot of mythology. Also, maybe a little bit of religion. I kind of like noticed that too while doing the reading. That kind of religion kind of sometimes gets into, these kind of superhero stories, or at least maybe in some of the comics, there's sometimes maybe a religious aspect. Um, like in the movie, there was one. Um, this one, the Amazonian soldier, she ran off because she was scared. I think it was the sister of, I can't remember her name. But anyways, you know, she ran off and, you know, she kind of started saying a prayer. So I was like, oh, okay, maybe there's like some religion up in here. Which, you know, I read from the reader. But there was also definitely lots of symbolism in it that were also sexual, and also like sexual innuendos, you know. I guess like, you know, Wonder Woman's attire. I know I'm over time. I'll try to speed this up. Like, I mean, Wonder Woman's attire, you know, is overtly kind of sexual, I guess. Or at least, I don't know, as maybe some might think. And like, kind of like the whole bracelet, lasso kind of thing. Maybe people tie it to, I guess, bondage. I don't know, but sexual symbolism. But there was also kind of like military symbolism, American like patriotism symbolism. You know, with her outfit and stuff like that. But there's also like kind of other symbolism, like women are strong. They can be strong. They don't have to be, you know, damsels in distress, and also men aren't always like, you know, gross, misogynistic, you know, pigs. But yeah, there is definitely some symbolism here and there. You know, the whole like kind of island too can be symbol. Um, but yeah. Um, there was um and even the like in the reader too, like there's sometimes kind of angelic beings and uh entities like that, like in references to mythology and stuff. And like even uh her rescuer was like, are you an angel? But like, yeah, there are some um quite a lot of symbolism, quite a lot of um stuff like that. There is also like the premise, you know, of like equality too, like democratic equality, um, kind of in there, like, you know, with the whole men versus woman aspect. And you know, she's just Wonder Woman just wants peace. And then like at one point she was like, I wish one day that I could, you know, unite the two people together. So that was in there too. And like, you know, kind of vigilantism. There was a bit of that too, I guess. I mean, she took it upon herself to kind of help with, you know, like towards the end you kind of see her, she kind of stays on, she goes off her island and stays with the uh, Trevor, I think that's, I don't remember his name, but like, yeah, she helps with crime and law enforcement and stuff. But yeah, if I can say more if need be. I'm already over time, so I'm gonna end it here. Sorry.